question from one of the audience, from Gracie. Can we have some example of e-learning that Alfa is referring to? Alfa.
So I'll pass next questions to Arya.
Thank you, Ardi. So let's start with the question from Pak Bonan Prasetia. Related with limited internet infrastructure in Indonesia, do ProSpark and Cakap have a new solution or new technology to solve that challenge? Let's start with
Tomi go first. Yeah. I mean, I can go first, but I just let's focus on it. But
I think Tomi will have the more challenge because Tomi has the consumer facing app.
I see.
No problem.
So Tomi can go first. I'll go second.
Thanks, Alfa. Yeah. So from the limitation of internet infrastructure, actually, we can do like targeting the accurate customers, right? For us, I mean, in our side, since we are focusing on live tutoring, meaning all the classes, the product itself are focusing on two-way learning interaction, which will require higher internet connection. So we select the target carefully, and then spend the marketing budget very accurate in the target that actually ready to accept our products. But in terms of getting the mass, getting the free students, right? We have some products outside of the virtual classroom, right? Outside of the video call. So, for example, I mentioned we have this channel in Lingua channel that actually broadcasted in IndiHome and Transvision. So students from even in remote area, when they have, if they have this TV cable program, they can access our solutions actually. Or for example, during the pre-employment card program, the Prakerja, right? We need to adjust the solutions from the full live tutoring, the full two-way learning interaction. We have to create also some of the content, right? So we are doing like a combination between self-paced and live learning. So we have to do that, but for us, actually, we are still believe and we're confident that the internet infrastructure will be significantly improved for the next 2 to 3 years. So we are still stick to the solutions, but we are creating some of the new products, right, with lower requirements in terms of the internet connection to keep acquiring the users, right, the free users that perhaps will be also our students, our paid students in the future. So I think that's our strategy.
So just to recap, so you're not forcing to penetrate the market that are not ready, right?
Yes. Yes, right. I mean, we are not trying to convert the users or the students that actually cannot use our product properly, right? So we only spend the marketing budget on the location area actually ready for the solution.
Okay. Thank you, Tomi. How about you, Alfa? Do you have that plan already?
Yeah, I think of course, one thing you always know is when you're doing business in Indonesia, of course, Jakarta is not a full representation of the whole wonderful Indonesia ecosystem, because there's some areas which are to be developed in regards to the internet penetration rate. I'm sure, Arya, you are the ambassador for this space in your other ventures. I think from our perspective is, typically, of course, we are more focused on enterprise clients and established entities. So we are always going for the clients, our target market. They already have some form of a baseline infrastructure in place, whether they have remote locations in Papua, in Sumatra, in Sulawesi, Flores. So they already have some form of a minimum baseline technology infrastructure bandwidth within, let's say, their local banking location or insurance agent office or food office or whatever that is within in Solo or Georgia or whatever you want to call it. But what we also see is some of the locations which our clients are doing business, they have limited bandwidth, or just the ecosystem of internet penetration is just not there, right? Likely ProSpark is available, like I said, Android, iOS, web application, web mobile responsive. So what we also have is our application can be accessed offline. Let's say you're an employee, you log in into your company portal within your platform, and you can access all your trainings, and you can do those things offline. The moment you get online or data, all that stuff will be synced within your instance database. So we know that that can also be helpful, because not everybody can afford to be online with data, right? Because it's just expensive or it's limited. So what we also say is, if somebody is sitting in traffic and, they can log in, they can take their courses, take a test, they can access as if they're online. Not all functions, by the way, but maybe basic course, readings, video, take a test, and everything gets synced back into the database. So we, of course, there are some things we can do from our end as a technology company, and do everything we can control within our application wise, offline, online mode. But of course, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is the fact that without a sustainable infrastructure, okay, within the investment from private companies or government to expand the internet penetration or mobile penetration, of course, that also hinders our expansion in the market where we're trying to target. Because right now we're going to be working, we're focusing on SMEs, right? And sometimes, some of the SMEs, they can be outside the traditional startup circle, which is more like a techie, right? You can have SME who's not like real techie. How would you address that? So we are doing the best we can to meet the needs of the market. We are doing the best we can to accommodate that. But I think the perfect solution will be the partnership between the government entities, private entities, startup ecosystem, in order to address this issue of technology infrastructure, which is yet to be developed further within Indonesia. Since we know Jakarta is an island, it's not a full representative of what the whole Indonesia internet landscape look like.
So just to recap, so what you're doing right now, you realize that it's going to be a problem, but right now you're just focusing on providing that online, offline, so that people can access it. Let's say when they have Wi-Fi, they will download the stuff that they will consume when they are offline.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Alfa. So the next question: what is the future for education according to your perspective? I would say the future of education in Indonesia. Let's start with you, Alfa.